need to eliminate the negativity in your life and replace it with belief.
The only thing that's holding you back, holding me back, holding your friends and family back is a lack of belief. 95% of the world wakes up and drives to a job that they hate. I believe that you have Michael Jordan level talent at something.
Want a soar? Get a mentor. Hey, this is Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know you have a Michael Jordan level talent at something. So today let's learn from one of the best, my husband Evan Carmichael, and how to believe in yourself. Mentor me, Evan. Okay, let's kick it off with rule #1, eliminate negativity.
Whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. Right? Whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. One of the biggest reasons why entrepreneurs don't win, because you don't believe in yourself enough. It's why do I have this channel? Why is my one word believe? Look at the back of Nina's sweater. There it is, right? Believe. That's it. It's so important. There's so many, you guys are geniuses. There's so many geniuses, massively talented people out there with amazing ideas that can change the world, but you don't go off and crush it because you don't believe in yourself enough. I think the two biggest problems in the world are, one, recognizing that you have Michael Jordan level talent at something, believing that you have something in you, that you're not meant to just wake up and photocopy your life every day working for somebody else, just believing that. And two, then believing in that ability. Believing that you have Michael Jordan level talent at something, and then when you found it, believing in it enough to chase it down every day to get better, because you need to beat on your craft, because it may be something that's totally outside what is normal in your family, because it may be something way outside what is normal for your culture or your society or your community, but you have to go off and do that crazy thing. And it's really hard to believe in yourself enough to chase it down, especially when it's against what everybody around you is saying and what they believe. And so, great, yes, I need to believe in myself, amazing. How do you do it? What's the process? How do you gain self-belief? You need to eliminate the negativity in your life and replace it with belief. So think about, what are the thoughts, who are the people, what are the things around you that keep you where you are, that keep these negative patterns in your head? Is it your parents? Is it your friends? Is it the TV shows you're watching, the media you're consuming? Like, what is it that is toxic, that makes you feel small? And as much as possible, you either cut it out of your life or reduce the exposure. If it's your mom who's always on you and says you can't go be an entrepreneur, maybe you just don't talk about your career with your mom. You put boundaries up. I don't want to talk about this. There's other things that we have in common. You focus on that stuff. You lay out the ground rules. You make them respect you. And you don't talk about the things that you know is going to lead to conflict. And for other people, you may need to just completely cut them out of your life. If it's your best friend from growing up, just because you were friends in grade 4 doesn't mean you should still be friends with adults. A lot of our friendships are out of convenience. You're with people just because it's convenient to be with people, but you've grown apart, and you have to recognize that. If somebody is toxic around you, you shouldn't be with them. And if you are, it's just micro doses. And so you need to cut out a lot of the crap in your life. Anything that's causing negativity or self-doubt needs to be eliminated from your life as much as possible. Great, now you have a vacuum. Now you've got this hole, not as this void inside you. Great, what do? You fill it up with positivity. You fill it up with belief. My channel's a pretty good resource. I got this channel, I got the other channels. We got 3 videos plus a day coming out across my channels, that if you want more belief in your life, here's a great resource for you. But forget about me. It's not about me. It's about you. What makes you feel belief? If it's watching videos, great. If it's listening to a podcast, reading a book, doing an act of service, meditating, prayer, whatever the thing is that helps you feel belief, do that every single day. Fill yourself up with it. I inject myself with so much vitamin C belief. I see belief as this injection that I put into myself every day. I have so much of it in me that if somebody sneezes their toxicity on me, I'm not going to get sick because I've done the work, because I'm surrounded with so much belief. That's what you need for your life as well.
Also, if you want to have more confidence, check out my 254 Confidence series. The link is in the description below.
The people who win work the hardest because they love what they do.
Create an outline and a schedule. What I found really helpful for me was to create an outline at the start.
If you're doing work that you love, you're more likely to follow through. You're more likely to do it because it doesn't feel like work, because you love doing it.
Rule number 2, bring in positivity.
Your biggest problem is a lack of belief. The only thing that's holding you back, holding me back, holding your friends and family back is a lack of belief. It is the world's biggest problem, and that's why I created these YouTube channels. I've seen the impact, not just on the people around me, but myself, firsthand, myself, the value of having my own channel. In the work that I do, I make it selfishly for myself so that I learn, that I get better, that I grow, that I challenge myself. And it's often hard to see it on a day-to-day basis. You may not feel a lot more confident, have a lot more belief from one day to the next. You might have some big win, you might take on some big challenge, and then you feel good about yourself, but then you fall back down the next day. And you don't see that that's actually a win, because the win that you had was so small. The growth that you had was so tiny that on a day-to-day basis, you can't see it. That's the problem. But if you consistently are doing the things like watching this channel or consuming a podcast or reading a book or hanging around people who are better than you, who have more belief than you, who are growing and pushing, that inspire you, if you're around that every single day, and you look back on your life, you look back in the past X number of months, you'll see how much you've grown. You just will. I've seen it in my own business. Go back and look at my old content. I started a new series on my other channel where it's old Evan versus new Evan. And the first video we did was 2016 Evan versus 2019 Evan. And what do you think? And you may not see that big a difference in me from last week's video to this week's video, or yesterday's Espresso to today's Espresso. But when you go back 3 years, see, it doesn't even look like the same person. Go back 10 years, go back and watch my first videos. Go back and watch the first videos. The content was still good, the message was still good, but the delivery, the execution, sucked because I didn't know what I was doing, because I didn't have a lot of belief. And I'm still trying to chase the next level. You know, I've grown in belief, but I'm never done. The thing that's holding me back, it's still belief. It's belief in the ability to get to the next step. Because as you expand your comfort zone, there's still other things that are outside your comfort zone. You don't want to ever get to the point where you're not growing, where there's not something outside your comfort zone. But then everything inside becomes easy, right? What used to scare you now is super easy. Now isn't a problem anymore. And so you can see it in my growth. If you go back 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 3 years ago, or 6 months ago, you can see the growth and progression. And I want that for all of you too. How did I do it? It's practice, it's repetition, but it's bringing in. I've got Steve Jobs in my ear, and Kanye West in my ear, and Elon Musk, and Oprah Winfrey, and David Goggins in my ear every day. And if you're around that every single day, you can't help but grow. You can't help but grow, even if you have toxic people around you, parents who don't support you, friends who say you're never gonna make it. If you have all this negativity around you, but you've got something in your environment every single day that's pushing you forward, I guarantee you, you're gonna grow.
And rule number 3, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is chase your genius.
95% of the world wakes up and drives to a job that they hate. I believe that you have Michael Jordan level talent at something, that you are a genius. You are the best at something. Most people either 1, have no idea what that thing is, or 2, they have found it, but they don't have the courage or belief to go chase it down. Either way, the path is through. You need to find the thing that you are a genius at, that you have Michael Jordan level talent at, and live it every single day if you want to live your life instead of regret your life. This is why I do what I do. I want people to believe in themselves more. I look at people and I see this person who hates their life, and then there's so much talent. You have so much talent. You want to serve, you want to help others, you want to make an impact, you want to make a difference. Everybody does. It's a human condition. And you know you're capable of more than what you're doing right now. You know it. And this is what I want to help bring out in people. It's why I make the videos that I do and write the books and do my speaking, all of it. Because I want to pull that out. I want you to suck on whatever energy that I can give you so that you then realize, maybe I am a genius. Maybe I do have great ideas. Maybe what I have could actually change the world. Maybe I need to stop doing the thing that I'm doing. Maybe there is some hope, right? That's what I want to try to inject into people. And so I have an 8-step process that I'll take you through super quick, that if you are struggling with belief, if you are struggling thinking that, I don't know if I'm a genius at something, this process will help you. It'll help you believe in your big ideas, it'll help you believe in your capabilities, and it'll help you go off and actually make an impact. Let's dive in. Number 1 is find your purpose. You gotta find out what the thing is that you're here to do, right? I have my who, why, how process. Figure out what your 1 word is, your most important core value. 2, your purpose comes from your pain. The thing that you struggled the most with is the thing that you wanna help other people through. Whatever you struggled the most with, the worst moment in your life, whatever you remember that is, Your purpose for life will be helping other people who are currently going through that pain. And then 3, the how you got out of it, how you got through it will be a recipe to teach other people. You'll be able to, as you take your steps on the staircase up, lift other people up to join you on that step. So step number 1 in believing in yourself more is figuring out what is your purpose. Step number 2 is going from idea to action. You have great ideas. You have great ideas. The problem is you judge your ideas. You come up with a great idea in the shower, and then you spend the rest of the day thinking about it, researching, planning it, judging it, saying, I can't do that, or how's that gonna work? And then you wake up tomorrow a different person. The faster you go from idea to action will dictate your entire future. It'll change the entire trajectory of your life. The faster you go from idea to action, stop judging your ideas. You get an idea, you go for it, you do it. The 2% difference. Stop planning to get to 100% and just take action on the first 2%. You'll never figure out the whole plan by sitting on your couch. You won't. You figure it out by doing. Idea to action. Train yourself. You get an idea, you do something about it. Because your ideas list is never gonna get any shorter. It's growing every day. You're a genius. You come with great ideas, but it's not enough. You gotta do something about them. And so immediate action. You get an idea, boom, the 2% difference. What's one thing that you can do that'll take you 2% of the way to making some momentum on this idea? The smallest, simplest, dumbest, stupidest thing that you can do right now, today, on your idea. Idea to action.
Now I have a very special bonus clip with Evan on how to believe. But before that, it's time for the 3 important landing questions. Let's go from watching a video to taking action. Here we go. Question number 1, where do you need to eliminate negativity? Number 2, how can you bring in more positivity? And number 3, how can you chase your genius? And if you made it this far and you're still watching, I want to celebrate with you. Give me a hashtag believe in the comment below.
You go as far as you believe you can go. When the people around you say you're crazy, when you're putting in massive effort but you're not getting the results, where you sit alone and wonder, did you just make the biggest mistake of your life by starting this business? That is the time when most people quit and you need to believe more. Because if you love this thing, if you know that it's gonna impact people and you give up too soon, you will regret for the rest of your life knowing that you were capable of more and you just quit on it a little too early. So I look at my new book as an example. I did my tour across America, met with entrepreneurs all across America, and found that people were struggling with the same thing. They wanna know, how do I find what my purpose is and turn it into a lucrative business? Every city that I went to, even though that was not the topic I was covering, it came up over and over and over and over again, 23 different cities. And so I thought, I'm gonna write a book on this. This is gonna be my next book. I'm gonna take people through the process because my process works and it helped people live in 10, 15 minutes, and they're getting new ideas and results. And here we go. Like they understand what path they need to take. Finally, they have clarity on what to do next. And so I told my agent and my lit agent, like, this is the next book I wanna write. We told publishers, this is the next book I'm gonna write. And from the start, it's been this big pull. It's been fighting. We don't like the title. We don't like the concept. No, we're not gonna publish it. No, we're not gonna publish it. And I wanna do it by January because I wanna do my next tour across the rest of the United States, East Coast, Texas, Mexico. I wanna do my next tour. So I wanna have my book in stores by that time. And it's been this rough slog, where if I didn't believe in myself that this was so important, with the people who are looking at it saying, nah, we don't like this concept. Nah, it's been written before. No, this method we don't believe in. It's easy to quit. It's easy to give up. It's easy to say, forget it. I just know that it's gonna work. I know that the process helps people. I've seen it with my eyes across 23 cities over 90 days. I wrote the draft of the book and I gave it to some beta readers. And the number one piece of advice from people who've read both my books, the Year One Word and then this, like this is the better book. This is the best book you've written so far, including my self-published ones. And so what do? I've got these people who are my audience who love it, and then these people who aren't my audience but who make decisions saying, nah, we don't believe in it. I'm not gonna quit. I gotta keep going. I gotta do my tour. There better be some crazy good reason for me not to do my tour, right? Even if I have to self-publish it. Now, I'm pretty close to making my deal, making it all happen and getting timelines and all that, but we don't have a signed contract yet and anything can happen. We're pushing the timelines because I'm pushing the timelines, because otherwise this thing could drag on forever. When you have an idea that you love, that you know can have a huge impact, that's just taking longer than you hoped it would. When people are telling you that it's crazy and that it's stupid, and that who are you to go off and do this thing? If you love it, you have to double down on it. You have to go in on it. You have to be open to getting help, but if that door closes, you try to find another one. And that's the story of every successful person. You're trying to do something different.
If you want to learn how to take control of your life with Evan, check out the video right next door to me. I think you're gonna enjoy. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
You were trained and conditioned with a perspective that does not serve you. Today, we're gonna break that. We're gonna set you free